Good morning, everybody. It's meteorologist Jason Scott on a Monday, September the 18th, 2017. Here's the latest on the tropics for the Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. We have three systems we're currently watching: Jose, Maria, and Lee. First, we'll start off with the one closer to the U.S., and that is Jose. Jose is currently a hurricane at 8 a.m. this morning. Was located at 33.5 north, 71.2 west, maximum sustained winds 85 miles per hour, and movement south to the north, and that motion is expected to continue for the next 24 to 36 hours with a gradual turn to the northeast on Wednesday morning and begin to decrease in intensity back to a tropical storm. We do have some tropical storm warnings, or watches rather. These are tropical storm watches over the New England area, right on up to the Connecticut and Rhode Island, New Jersey coastlines. And this is in conjunction of Hurricane Jose. Most of the winds are going to be well offshore from the northeast coastline and not really be that much of a direct burden for these areas along the New England coastline. So good news is that the system is going to rear to the northeast and move out to the cooler waters right here in the northern Atlantic. So good news there. And let's take a look at what the system Maria is doing this morning. Hurricane Maria has intensified a little bit more. It's moving off to the west-northwest with its maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour. Maria is located at 14.6 north and 59.7 west and is expected to become a major hurricane on Tuesday. Maria is moving, as it said, to the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour, and this is to expect to impact the areas of the Virgin Islands and over into Puerto Rico. Everyone's concerned about the United States, and we will tell you that we do have confidence, pretty good confidence, that it will affect some of the Bahama Islands, especially the southern parts of the Bahamas, sometimes later in the weekend, toward the weekend, and then on Saturday we'll have to come back and take a look. Well, actually, by Thursday we will readjust this track. What's happening is there's a large ridge of high pressure, which is the Bermuda Ridge, setting over the northern portions of Maria, and then there is a weakness, and this will be Jose. Jose is causing that weakness, so it will pull it a little more to the north once it gets into this area or north of the Dominican Republic. It will feel that weakness of Jose, which that is the only good part about having Jose out there, is this system that's going to pull Maria up north behind it. And also there's a big trough pushing down out of the western states, expected to be over the eastern seaboard by the time that Maria is going to be in this position. So we have some good news, in fact, that this could brush some of the Carolina coastline but not cause a direct impact, and then turning off back to the northeast. So it's all timing involved in this. So how quick this moves off to the north is determined by the trough that's pushing in from the Midwest over into the eastern seaboard. Now let's take a look at what we have with Lee. Lee is a tropical depression, and I think Lee is going to be pretty much a tropical fish storm out in the mid-Atlantic, because it's really not showing that much sign of development at this time, and it's not forecast to become not even a tropical storm. They're keeping it as a tropical depression all the way through Tuesday, and then fizzle out into the Atlantic. But if you're tracking it this morning, this is a tropical depression. Lee, maximum sustained winds or 35 miles per hour. It was a tropical storm. That's why it was named. and then it was downgraded to a tropical depression. Movement is to the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour, and this motion is expected to continue through Tuesday and expected to dissipate thereafter. So here is what we were looking at. So 3 systems in the Atlantic. Jose expected to pretty much move off into the Atlantic. Maria, long term, still keep your guard up along the eastern seaboard, but this is expected to possibly skirt the North Carolina coastline and then move out to sea. Lee expected to dissipate and don't really matter and not going to be that much of a problem. I'm meteorologist Jason Scott. Get the latest at GulfCoastHurricaneCenter.com. Everyone have a great Monday afternoon.